Alrighty guys, we are back once again with some more Rise of Iron news to report. This was the latest update from August 22nd. Remember, I'm just using Microsoft Edge again and just going to the Game Informer site. Just informing you guys right here about the new raid and some other raid information that they were talking about. So, some raid info for Wrath of the Machine there. They were talking about the new theme for the raid there. They had a lot of ideas there and some themes that they were trying to achieve right here. Obviously, smashing things into a lot of things there. I know they bleeped out the S word right there, so just playing it safe for children at home right here. The smart version for the theme would be called Collision. So that's why they're going to call that theme for the Wrath of the Machine raid. So in the gameplay, it turned out very well right there as they were trying to fight their way through the mazes inside the Cosmodrome house, whatever that's called right there. Make their way outside and then face off against what appears to be what appears to be some sort of deaf Zamboni there, but it looks like one huge giant machine driving Zamboni, I think. But in order for you guys to stay alive, you gotta try and avoid. You gotta try and avoid those. What do you call it? It looks like a minesweeper. Well, you remember where minesweeper was back in the old days, right there. It has like a circle there with pointing things on the side, right there on the Zamboni there. Sort of looks like that. But again, I'm just gonna call it the deaf Zamboni because you gotta try and avoid the incoming attacks there from the machine. Otherwise, well, you pretty much know what's going to happen next. Blood spitting out of your body right there, and yeah, that's not going to be good. So that deaf Zamboni could be the final boss. We don't know for sure. But we do know some more info for the raid that obviously, as everybody knows it from now, Wrath of the Machine raid comes out September 23rd. And again, it's only for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Not available for last gen. I'm sorry. So we got a little bit of info from the new raid. And they were discussing a little bit about the difficulty scale. So obviously they asked, where does it fit into the 16 raids? Now, I'm going to start from the very first raid all the way to the present. Excuse me. Obviously for Vault of Glass right there, seems a little bit hard at first, but obviously they got the hang of it there when they took on Atheon, so that's pretty simple right there. When they got to Crota's End, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. But then when you get to King's Fall and then introducing Challenge Mode last year, that really got a hell of a lot difficult, but they managed to get the hang of it down the road. Now for this raid, for Wrath of the Machine, excuse me, it is very difficult. It's very difficult. Now, it's largely a function of what your light level would be against the raid. It's a property of where you're basically over-leveling the mechanics there. So it's not going to get easier until it maintains this high difficulty. And it's pretty much a virtue because obviously people want to specify it. Been asking for it already. So it looks like the community is pretty much ready for something different here and actually over-level this mastery of this raid. So there you are, and the rewards should be pretty simple as well. I'll explain the rewards we know for now for the upcoming raid. So yeah, I would say, yeah, I'm actually gonna go back here. Yeah, I would actually say that this raid coming up here, and as we see the picture right here. So there you go. That's what I was talking about right here. It's the deaf Zamboni. That's what the Guardian team of 6 will have to face to try and stop the Siva threat on Earth. Well, Playlands, for example. So that's the quick little picture right there. That's what the Guardian team of 6 will have to face. So now on to rewards that we know for sure. As we take a look at the 3 gear sets right here that you will obtain from the raid. We don't know if there's going to be normal or hard. Well, obviously we're going to get normal raid sets for sure. hard sets, we don't know yet. I think the odds of it may be yes, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to figure that out when hard mode comes out. My guess would be sometime in October or November at the latest. So here's the gear set for the Hunter right there. Actually, it's got like a nice hood there, so that looks pretty decent. And obviously we have the gear set for the Warlock. That's looking pretty spiffy. And we know the name for the Titan gear set. It's called the Spliced Cosmocast. That's what the gear set is called for the Titan, called the Spliced Cosmocast. We don't know the names of the Hunter or Warlock gear sets as of yet, but we have more information on that later on in the next couple of weeks or so. And we know a raid weapon for sure has been named, but we know it's going to be a raid pulse rifle. The odds of it being an exotic pulse rifle are pretty much 50-50. Now, when you fire that raid pulse rifle and it makes contact with an enemy and kills them, obviously, first of all, it has the outlaw perk, and I think there's another perk as well. It might be called the Siva Wolfpack rounds. It's almost like a Gallahorn perk for the Wolfpack rounds, but there you go. I'd be getting that pulse rifle any day of the week. It looks very, very sick right there. So there you go. That's the 3 gear sets you will manage to complete at any checkpoint during Wrath of the Machine. Now, I don't know how many bosses there are, but we know for sure there's at least one. There may be 1 or 2 more, but I don't know how many bosses they're going to be doing in Wrath of the Machine. We know that in King's Fall there were 4 bosses: War Priest, Golgoroth, the Daughters, and Oryx. Now, we don't know how many bosses we'll have in the Wrath of the Machine raid. We know 1 for sure, which is the Death Zamboni. We don't know how many more we'll get in the upcoming new raid. We already seen the new raid gear, we already explained it, and we know one of the raid weapons for sure is the pulse rifle with the outlaw perk and the Siva Wolfpack rounds, if that is another perk. Okay, so there you go. That was the latest information from Game Informer, folks. And I cannot believe we are less than 4 weeks away until Rise of Iron comes out. I cannot wait to get my hands on it. I just want September 20th to hit today. Oh god, and maybe get my hands on the raid as well, which again comes out September 23rd for normal mode for sure. And again, let's say for the light level, if you reach around 370 to 375 within that range, I think you might be able to handle that raid a little bit easier, because I think for the recommended light level for it, we're probably looking at between 360 to 370 or so for the normal raid, and then when hard mode comes out in the next few weeks or so, we're probably looking at between 380 to 390, maybe 395 max. I don't know max. I don't know for sure, but for hard mode, we're looking at between 380 and 390. Because obviously in King's Fall, they had the recommended normal light level of 290 and the hard mode at 310. So, who knows? We'll see how it goes, folks. It's going to be amazing. So until then, folks, thank you very much for watching this demonstration video right there. Now, before I go, before the launch happens, I'm pretty sure Bungie/Destiny will be at PAX Prime on the Labor Day weekend, September 2nd for the 5th. That will be their final stop before they get ready for the launch of Rise of Iron. We may have 1 or 2 more streams to reveal after that, or none at all, after PAX Prime is over. So, we'll see what happens in the next few weeks. Again, Rise of Iron comes out September 20th for PS4 and Xbox One. Please pre-order now. You'll be able to get your hands on that Gallahorn and the Garrowwayne Sparrow. I know I've already pre-ordered already. Can't wait to try it out. So that's it, folks. Thanks very much for watching, and until then, peace out, Guardians, and I'll see you guys on the battlefield soon. Take care.